Okay guys, I'm back. She's all shy now that she's dressed. Anyway, I think Sophie is a good name for her. I don't know, we'll think about it. Anyway, here's what she picked out. She kept kicking off her shoes because she refused to wear the tights because she said that's for the dress. And she's got these cool jeans on and the sweater, and she said you gotta have layers, and when you have a collar, you gotta pop the collar. That's her style. She also told me she wants a longer chain for her little beetle necklace, so it sits like right about here, because that's her thing. But anyway, she's so freaking cute. Thank you so much, Anne. Oh my god, you don't even know how perfect this is. She is so cute. Yeah. So that's her. And then okay. So her story, I don't know what kind of an accident it was, but she was in an accident where she got chemical burns somehow. And in that accident, she lost her parents, so she became an orphan. So while she was in the hospital, recuperating, she meets the doctor, my soon, I said it in the last video, Roto, yes, who I'd have in the video, but he is not assembled as of now because he might be going for a face-up soon. Yay! Because Anne offered to do another one for me, which I am so excited. So I'm gonna be a pest now about you. No, but anyway, and I still have to do the scars on his fingers. And I don't think I told you about that story. I always forget if I tell one person or if I tell everybody in a video because like once I say something, I'm like, oh, it's it's a relief. It's off my chest. Um, I don't have to worry about it anymore. The story is magically moving forward because I said it, and I forget that I don't update everybody, and I have to do that more. So one of these days, I got to go back way, like 2014, December 24th, 2014 is when I realized a couple of huge things that I never shared, and it helps to link all my stories together. And she is also linked to everybody through the hospital she goes to after her accident. And yes. So, yeah, so she's in this accident and she goes to the hospital and she recuperates, loses her parents. She blah. Once she's better, she has to go to an orphanage because she has no other family. Um I'm not sure how old she is at the time, but while there, she meets this is gonna be so hard. She meets my little midget doll boy, who has always been at this orphanage. Um, I'm not sure why. I think he was abandoned as a child, so he kind of grew up there. They're close in age, so they became good friends. She kind of got picked on while she was there because of her scars, and he stood up for her, so they became really close. And they're so cute. And later, she is adopted by the officers that went to the one of the officers that went to the scene of her accident. Him and his wife kept tabs on her to make sure, she was healing and everything and all that. And they followed up to, you know, like they do. And they just couldn't stand the thought of her being all alone in the world, so they adopt her. So she gets adopted. This little guy doesn't. He's pretty much, he's got a hard life. He um ends up living at the orphanage until he's too old to be there anymore, and then once he's of age, he has to go out on the streets because there's no place for him anymore, and nobody wanted him, which is really sad. um and then he gets tied up in the world of like gangs and drugs and all that crap. So he's linked to a different doll, and I'll get more into his story later, but he's got a dark past. But these guys later meet um, because she sometimes visits the hospital that binds all my stories together to keep tabs on the doctor that um, saved her life. So on the anniversary of her recovery, she goes back to visit. Um, she meets this guy there again because he's admitted because he gets beat up, and that's where he gets his bruises and stuff. So he's recovering in the hospital from an altercation, and they meet again. And yeah, so their lives intersect, which is cool. And I'll tell you more about him later. But he was the one that was most adamant about me buying this girl because he is linked to her very closely because they spend quite a bit of time at the orphanage together. I'm not sure how long it was before she got adopted, but they had a close bond there. Um, so they're very good friends, and it's yeah, and she's just lucky her circumstances turned out differently. So she was adopted by the policeman and his wife, and she had a good life. They gave her the necessities she needed, and they raised her well. And she was still a little bit different from others because she has her past traumas that still linger, and she's got her scars, which is that's why she likes to layer her clothing because it covers up things. And not that she minds. I mean, like I said, she doesn't care what people think about her really because it doesn't matter. She's not there to please everyone else. She's only here because to make herself happy and to, do what she wants to do and hopefully make others happy in the process. But and she learned that from little midgy doll boy because he stood up for her, and she really appreciated that when she was younger because a lot of people wouldn't do that. They wouldn't stand with the outcast because they'll get picked on too. So she got stronger because of that. But it still kind of lingered with her because she still is kind of shy and doesn't want to branch out really. So she keeps to herself, and she's happy with her new family. And eventually, when she's old enough, she goes to school and all that. And she is given the opportunity to pursue her dreams. So she decides to be an artist because that's always been a way for her to um, communicate her emotions to people. And she's very good at what she does. But she's a little single-minded in her task. So she gets focused on something and she is committed 100% to that one thing and is very, very picky. She's a perfectionist, and that sometimes gets her into trouble, especially when dealing with people, because people are not inanimate objects. You can't forcefully make them do things to make you happy and to satisfy a whim or whatever. Not in a gross way. She's just very socially awkward. So, yeah. So I already have a couple scenarios where she's interacting with the two Dulcies because she's very weird. Like she's almost like a stalker to the poor Dulcie Saint, and he's oblivious to everything because he doesn't really care either. He doesn't notice much. I don't know if he's just antisocial or if he's just weird, but he doesn't notice her creepy activity. His friend, my Dulcie Rosin. These guys need names, guys. Help. Um, we'll call it Rose. We'll call him Rosin. Rosin notices all her creepy behavior and the fact that she follows him around and peeks around corners and watches what he does. And she's always kind of miffed when when um like he does certain things. He doesn't understand what that is. But yeah. And she also sometimes sneaks pictures of my Dulcie Saint because like as her muse, she needs them to sit still so she can, you know, capture what she needs to on the canvas. So She gets very frustrated that he doesn't cooperate, but he's alive, so he's gonna be doing things, moving around and such. So yeah, her frustrations get her into some bad scenarios because she has no sense of personal space. But yeah, like I said, I want to do photo stories, and I hope I'm good enough at that. But yeah, so Rosin thinks she's weird because she's kind of a stalker. My Delshy Saint doesn't notice because he's oblivious to the world. He's just focused on what he's doing, and Rosen likes that because then he can pick on him and laugh at his expense. But when he's so completely oblivious to what's going on around him, and like weirdos like her are like stalking him, he gets a little worried for his friend's safety. So he gets a little nervous for him. So it's good that he's got someone watching his back. But yeah, so yeah, they all know each other, and she has a happy life. But yeah, so that's pretty much her backstory slash her link to my Midgie doll boy. And I really need to update you on him and who he's linked to, because he's got kind of a dark story going on, which I did not expect. Well, I kind of expected because his face up. I had to get him because he's just so lonely. He just, yeah, the poor guy. I still couldn't believe that he was on the market for so long and nobody wanted him. So that's the whole orphan feel too for him, because in real life no one wanted him either. Oh no! Come here, you. I feel bad for you. Poor little man. And he still needs me to make him his hat. And that's why his hair is in his face again. Because I did not make him his hat yet, and I need to do that. So, yeah. But that's a little bit of background, and I talked way too much again. And I hope most of this rambling was, like, made sense. Or, yeah. I'll check the video before I post it. Anyway, yep, so I hope you have a good day, and yes, I'm so happy. She's perfect, and yes, I love her, Anne. Thank you again for all your hard work and for bringing this girl to life, because she is amazing, and Mr. Take a Bow here is giving me troubles. So yes, but I'm gonna go before somebody, like, whacks me in the face. You guys have a good night. Bye. Bye.